Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports. Get rolling here in just a second. All right, we'll see how things are going here on the live stream. We'll get rolling here in just a minute. Let's see. I'm not hearing any audio. Can you all hear me? Oh, there we go. All right, looking good on YouTube. Make sure we're good on Facebook, and then we'll get rolling. What's up, Steven? Hey, Terry. Appreciate y'all for interacting in the chat. We will need you folks participating here shortly, helping me determine how many times we'll randomize our list. But first, I'll give a quick rundown of what we've got on the agenda tonight. What's up, Tony? Tony, Terry, a couple of Steves in the chat. Good to see y'all checking in. Hey, Rob. All right, so two cool breaks tonight. Up first, 1962 Topps complete set group break. So within that are the last 12 spots for that pre-war mixer. So we'll randomize the 62 Topps set. We'll see where those see who ends up snagging those spots, and then we'll hop into that pre-war mixer. And so should be good fun. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. I know that we had some good times celebrating with my wife this morning, and then we enjoyed some time with my in-laws this afternoon, and then some good time with our church family this evening. And so I was able to go down to Alabama, take my mom out for lunch earlier in the week. So good stuff all around. Hope you all were able to spend some good time with the mothers in your life, or if your mother's no longer with you, reminiscing good memories. But alas, we are getting started here. Sorry, distracted by messaging here on the side. But yeah, a couple cool breaks up tonight. Make sure I've got the right number of free spots here in this checklist, because I forgot to do that till I was talking about it a second ago. Yeah, 12. Okay, good deal. All right, yes, let the fun begin. Good fun all around. Pre-war mixer is going to be fantastic. Fantastic. Of course, 62 Topps, always a favorite. So yeah, show you the checklist really quick on. Oh, and we got one more random to do in between because I realized I'd messed something up last week, so I didn't really mess it up. I just didn't finish it. So yeah, congrats to Finksta for winning the free spot in the 62 break. You can see our orange cells throughout are where our free spots are going to land. So however many spots you bought, that's how many cards you're going to get in this break. And then we'll randomize our list of names, paste the randomized list of names right next to the checklist, and then we'll read through some. I've picked out several dozen hits, a lot of big hits, a lot of big names, lots of pretty cool middle range cards in the 62 set. So lots of good stuff to go around. So this is kind of how we'll scroll through, look at those big hits, and then I'll post the full list as soon as the broadcast is over, so you can see exactly which cards you hit. All right. So in order for us to get started, I need some numbers in the chat. Give me some numbers between or including. Let's do 6 and 10. Between or including 6 and 10. Third number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize this list, and the fourth number in the chat is how many times we'll randomize the pre-war mixer. All right. So Steve's got us. Oh, look at all those numbers coming in. Thank you all. So Steve Strauss has got us with 8. Then Andy's got us. Pre-war mixer will be randomized 7 times. Good deal. Thank you for that participation. We'll get this copied. All right. Listen more. List randomizer. And here we go. All right. Good luck, everybody. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do we say? 8. Yeah. Steve had us at 8. 7, and 8. So we got Edwin on top. Not a bad set to come out with spot number 1 on. Then we got Yaren at 598. Did have a limit of 20 spots per person on this one. So just to make sure we got to spread the love around. And congrats to Finksta for winning that free spot. Do follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Burl Sports in all 3 locations to get in on those giveaways. Give away a spot in every break I do that's 100 spots or more. And if you want, go ahead, hit subscribe on YouTube as well if that's where you're viewing. Okay, I got too many stacks here. Let me move these so I don't knock them over and cause myself problems. Cool. Roger Maris, card number 1. Why is this so wide? Narrow. Move it on over. What's up, Greg? Good to see you in the chat. All right. Maybe just a little bigger. All right. So, nice Maris. Card number 1. Of course, Maris fresh off record-breaking home run season. Card number 5. Sandy Koufax. Goes to Mark Secker. Card number 10, Roberto Clemente. Going to Angelo. And you can see here our first Free spot in the pre-war mixer going to James Hop. Manager's Dream, card number 18 with Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays. Going to Delbert Scobie. PSA 4 here on the Manager's Dream. Nice multiplayer card with two of the all-time greats. Jim Cott, he's 21. Going to Dustin Norton. Oh, nice, JR. That's cool. It's always good to hit a favorite card in a break. 25. Ernie Banks going to Thomas Lutz. SGC 3.5. Here's back design on 62s. Of course, 61 classic with the wood grain border. We'll turn in the page here with the photo, which looks fun. So nice, visually appealing set. Those wood grain borders do tend to show wear pretty easily, so high grade cards are tough to come by. So most of the sets you'll see are mid grade, kind of like this one. Minnie Minoso goes to Fred Mastretta. Matthews, he is actually next. Stingel first, going to Matthew Connor. And then Matthews going to David Doyle. Got to show that Tom Trash rookie coming in at 31, going to Mark Secker. Don Larson, he's 33, going to Delbert. Orlando Cepeda is card number 40. I'm going to try to roll through these because I did pick out quite a few cards for us to look at. So Mike Skelton, and then Brooks Robinson, he's 45. Going to Tony Cipriano. Your World Series MVP from 1962, it's Ralph Terry. Going to Chris Battaglia. Yankees taking down the Giants in the World Series. Stan the Man, card number 50. Goes to Brian Smith. AL home run leaders. Of course, there with Maris with 61, Mantle 54, Killebrew 46, Jim Gentle 46. This is card number 53 going to Rocky Peterson. Iconic leaders card right here. You know, NL home run leaders, just a few guys, Cepeda, Mays, Frank Robinson. Nothing to sneeze at. Going to Fred Anderson, but obviously dwarfed by the AL numbers. Bobby Richardson, he's 65. Goes to Derek Peaster. Killebrew is spot number 70. Can't get the focus to stay tonight. It's that angle here. There we go. Number 70 goes to Ronald Pearson. Gil Hodges, he's 85. Goes to Joseph Cerullo. And there's that free spot popping up. Spot number 82, Darren Johnson going to Finksta. Again, follow on social media, Burl Sports, to get in on those free spot giveaways. 3 ways to enter. 1 winner in every break I do that's 100 spots or more. Boog Powell rookie. He's card number 99. Before we get there, Don Hoke is actually snags that free spot, or is the free spot in the pre-war mixer. That next one going to Gary Miller. So nice, Gary. You know those pre-war mixer spots. If you haven't checked them out, folks, they're worth about 150 bucks on average. I think average card value worked out to like 147 or something like that. So really solid value. We're going to break that one here in a few minutes. Boog Powell goes to Todd Smith. But I say that to say those consolation free spots are nothing to sneeze at. Added, $1,800 worth of value to this 62 break. Warren Spahns, card number 100, going to Thomas Lutz. Something else that's cool for the 62 set is the Babe Ruth Special subseries. Um, not everybody's thing, but I think they're kind of cool. If you're not a set collector and they don't strike your fancy, great use of these Babe Ruth cards is finding a kid at a card show, giving them their first Babe Ruth card, because these 62 Ruths are cool for that. So this Babe is a boy going to Joseph Cerullo. You got Babe up there at the top. Something else you get with 62s from time to time, and this is a good example, is the tinting. So you have what are called green tints. So just a slight green tint to the background, and some of them are more prominent than others, but you can kind of see a hint of it here on this one with just a little bit of green throughout the entire image. Um, Whereas, a card like this is no real green at all. So not a real premium there, but something to pay attention to if you like quirky things. Babe joining the Yankees, going to Steven Strauss. The famous slugger, going to Heather Penix. Of course, I'm not showing all of these. They're all Babe Ruth, so they're all, you know, hits in some sense. Babe here hitting 60. Going to Jeff Vickery. And then Ruth and Gehrig going to Trey Smith. So some pretty cool commemorative Ruth pieces there. Al Kaline, he's 150. Goes to COG Sports Cards, Rusty. There you go, Rusty. Let's see if we can get the focus here. Okay, better. I'll try not to lose it again, at least for a few minutes. So, nice K-line. You can see there 151 is that next free spot in the pre-war mixer going to Yaren. Yeah, I'm going to lose this every time. Okay. Ron Santo going to spot 170. John Farstfeld. Gaylord Perry, rookie. He's 199. All right. Try not to, before we get to him, we've got 195 is getting that another free spot in the pre-war mixer going to Jeremy Marquand. All right, 199 going to Steve Bauman, getting that Gaylord Perry rookie. So nice crease-free example, a little mild corner wear. Nice Hall of Fame rookie to add to the collection. Mickey Mantle up next. He's card number 200. This is an SGC 4.5 example. classic card. Card 200. Going to Douglas Meyer. Nice hit, Douglas. Congrats on taking the Big Mick home. Good stuff. Richie Ashburn. He's up next, 213. Going to Marty Wisbinski. I thought we saw Douglas in the chat earlier, but no response, so maybe he's running around the living room or something. Walt Alston. I like Walt here with all the bats in front of him. You all know I'm a sucker for a bunch of bats on a card. Alston going to Daniel Kelly. Hey, there he is. Joe Torre rookie. Going to Yaron. And the World Series subset. 234. Got Maris wins it in the ninth. Before we get there, spot 228 snags another free spot in the pre-war mixer, going to Robert Morris. Oh, and then I forgot what number we're looking at. 234. World Series. Maris wins it in the ninth, going to Yaron. So World Series subset, of course, commemorative of the previous year, where the Yankees took down the Reds. 235. We've got Ford setting a new mark in Game 4. Going to Matthew Piscatella. And then we've got 237, Winners Celebrate. Going to Yaron. All right, that's the halfway point on my stack. Got good number more graded cards in the next stack. I think this set ended up with right around 15 total graded cards. Don't quote me on that, because I don't remember precisely. PSA 4 here on Billy Williams, 288. So he's on up there a ways. We're going to run across another. Is he in the right spot? Yeah. We're going to run across another free spot in the pre-war mixer somewhere through here as well. There it is. Free spot in the pre-war mixer going to Steve Bauman for spot number 271. All right, here is Billy Williams going to Jeffrey Kincaid, Rookie Cup. I mean, technically, Williams has a 61 top, so not really a rookie, but he does have the All-Star Rookie Cup, which is always fun. Also, Willie Mays is up next. Really nice PSA 5 example. Solid centering, mild wear on the edges and corners. I mean, it's one of those cards that if this were graded, 5 or 6 years ago, you're looking at a 7 holder potentially, certainly a 6. But alas, technical grade is what it is. But it is a gorgeous presentation on this example of Mays. Card number 300. Let's see who snags him. Going to Jeff Vickery. Congrats, Jeff. Taking on that PSA 5, Willie Mays. Whitey Ford, 310. Going to Marty Wisbinski. Another fun subset in the pre-war, in the pre-war mixer, no. Another fun subset in this 62 break is the in-action shots. So kind of have three sequential photographs that are sliced up in the card on here on Spawn. Some of them have four, but Spawn shows no hit form going to Matthew Wolf or Wolf, and they are commemorative of generally special things or cool things. So Mantle blasting or Maris blasting is 61st here, going to Mark Secker. We've got informative ones like Ford tossing a curve. Get to see Ford's motion all the way through, which is kind of cool. Going to Michael Leinert. Killebrew sending one into orbit. Going to James Rispecki. Musial playing his 21st season. Going to Chris Battaglia. And the switch hitter connecting. Mantle going to Trey Smith. So fun cards here. Enjoy those little interesting subsets. And 62's got a few of them. 320, Hank Aaron, SGC 5 here. Again, really gorgeous example. Pretty well centered, nice clean card. Decent centering on the back, just some mild corner and edge wear. As mentioned at the top, the wood borders show that a little bit more. So Hank Aaron going to Jordan Adams. Nice hit, Jordan. See the next free spot at 322 going to Edwin Pastrana, getting a free spot in that pre-war mixer. Oh, Frank Robinson, he's 350, so we can skip up a ways to him. Again, the full list, sorted by participant, will be posted as soon as the broadcast is over. Steven Strauss snagging the Frank Robinson. Maz is 3 spots later. 353 going to Roman Sharp. Yogi Berra's 360. Going to Steve Hathaway. Got the Lou Brock rookie. Pretty nice looking 2.5 to be honest. But Brock, kind of your iconic rookie card out of the 62 set. Before we get to him, looks like we got another free spot at 366 going to Mark Witkowski. Another free spot in that pre-war mixer. Lou Brock's 387. Goes to Steve Bauman. Nice hit, Steve. Second big hit for you. I think, was it the Perry rookie? So two rookie cards. Fantastic break, man. Good stuff. We'll look at a few All-Stars. We've got the Aaron All-Star going to Steve Hathaway. Willie Mays goes to Todd Ketchum. Frank Robinson going to Matthew Piscatella. Of course, all these cards through here are All-Stars. So even though we're not showing them all, like no offense, Don. Spawn going to Todd Ketchum. Got our AL, NL home run kings with Maris and Cepeda. Going to Dina Connolly. Fun card. I kind of wish they did that every year. Yes, he's 425. Before we get there, we've got another free spot in the pre-war mixer going to Michael O'Leary. There's Yaz going to Terry McCoy. A few more All-Stars. Brooks Robinson, he's 468. Before we get there, though, looks like we've got another free spot going to Miles Wren, snagging that free spot in the pre-war mixer. Brooks Robinson, All-Star, goes to James Hop. Luis Aparicio goes to Michael O'Leary. With K-Line going to Fred Mistretta. Mickey Mantle, All-Star, going to John Farstvelt. PSA 4 here on the Mantle All-Star. Last All-Star we'll look at is Whitey Ford, going to Steven Strauss. Right. Then Duke Snyder's the next hit. Should have another free spot sometime soon. Guess not before Duke. Duke goes to Greg Ritzer. Nice snag here on the Snyder. Then Bob Gibson, he's 530. There's that free spot in the pre-war mixer going to Fred Mistretta. Here's Bob Gibson going to Dina Connolly. It's PSA 4 on the Gibson. Got PSA 5 on McCovey up next. But first, 534 gets a free spot in the pre-war mixer. So Jeff Vickery snagging a pre-war spot. And then Willie McCovey's 544. Going to Stephen Morehouse. Then Wilhelm is the next spot. Going to Yaren. PSA 3 here on the Hoyt. Shane Dienst, 575. Now I will say there are a lot of short prints in 62 tops high numbers, so I think those are noted on, yeah, they're noted in the checklist. I remember seeing them, yeah. So like 572 is a short print, so it's got SP after the team name. Shane Dienst is a short print going to Jeremy Merriquin. So those short prints are a little bit tougher. And then wrapping up with some of our rookie parade. Several of these are short prints, if not all of them. 591 is pitchers going to Joseph Cerullo. Another pitchers at 592. This one's a PSA 5 going to Jeff Vickery. Catchers, which of course is Bob Uecker. Look at him next. That's 594 going to Mark Secker. Uecker really tough rookie card here. And infielders at 596 going to Michael O'Leary, PSA 5. And then last but certainly not least, we got outfielders. PSA 4 going to Yaren. All right, so we'll do a. You get to watch me work my spreadsheet magic here as I just want to filter by color. Okay, so here are folks who got the free spots. There are 12 of them. And so that's those free spots in this break here. Yeah. So you can see there, I've got 12 spots set aside for the 62 tops break, but I need to clean these up just a little bit before we play that game. So let's see, text to columns. I don't know if y'all ever fool around with this, but it's fun. Use a period, finish. All right. All right. So then, all right. So we got those there. Paste. Get this out of the way. All right. So we got 100 spots here in this pre-war mixer. There's one thing I got to do that I forgot to do last week. So you can see I went ahead and used kind of just a parenthetical notation to show who got where these free spots came from, because we did all these fillers to wrap up the break, and I'd listed 2 spots in the 2007 legendary cuts box, and I only gave one away on the broadcast. So I've got one more of those to give away, and then we'll be good to hop into this pre-war mixer. I'll go ahead and move a couple things around, then we'll just randomize that list one time, and whoever's name comes out on top will get those. All right, set up the big boys here. Hey, absolutely, congrats, Jeff. Yeah, Chris, you're right. Yaron had a good one. Congrats to everybody who hit it big on that 62 break. All right. Oh yeah, here it is. So since Mark won that other free spot, we gave 2 away. I pulled his spot out of the random. So we'll randomize this list one time. Whoever comes out on top gets that last free spot from the legendary cuts box from last week. List them more. List randomizer. All right, Mike gets it. Okay. Okay, I can unbold that. All right, so same song and dance. Just since if you've never done one of my mixer breaks before, the only difference in it and what you just watched with the 62 set break is that, they're from all different sets, so you can't just use a checklist. So what I do is in the broadcast or in the description for the set break where you buy in, or for the mixer break where you buy in, I have a full list. So this list is in the break listing, got all our conditions here. And so it serves as our checklist. So we randomize our list of names. Whoever ends up after we're done randomizing in spot number 1 gets Addy Joss. Whoever ends up, in spot 7 gets Zach Wheat. Spot 8 gets Cy Young, and so on. Again, we won't read through everything. I will scroll this one slow enough that you can see them all. And we are going to look at a ton of them. So maybe I pulled 40 or so that we can look at, so you can see what you get. And Remember, every one of these is a graded card from before 1941. I think they're all 1940 and older. So, got our list all squared away. Don't need that now. All right, and the bolded ones are the ones I'm going to show you, and hopefully they're in order because that was the goal. Congrats to Sooner D underscore 22 for winning the free spot in this one. I believe that one was on Twitter. All right. And we decided earlier we're randomizing this list 7 times. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we got Brian on top. We got Jay on bottom. Paste here. Shrink so we don't see too much at once. All right. Brian Resnick. Here, I still need to make this a little bigger, don't I? Oh, we can read it. Here, I might hide condition as we go, but I'll make sure that you can see that when I post the full results. Okay, that's legible now. So, Brian snags the Addy Joss T206 SGC1. T206 cards, of course, have different advertising backs. This is Piedmont with 350 subjects notated there. If you really get into the weeds, you can see which factory the cards were produced at. If we can get zoom, maybe not. There we go. So this is factory 25. So cool little tidbits if you ever want to dig in more on some of these pre-war tobacco sets. Those are some pretty cool things to research and obsess over as we do. Bob Rhodes goes to Zach Thiel. This one's an SGC4. So really gorgeous example on this T206. Sweet capital on the back here. Duffy goes to Edwin Pastrana. SGC5 here on the Duffy. Nice mid-grade example from a card that's more than 100 years old. Very cool. Rube Marquard, SGC3, goes to Mark Stammerman. Sheen, T205. Pretty tough card. Sheen for the Cubs here with polar bear back. One thing that's really cool about polar bears is a lot of times you'll see the sold tobacco staining. That's because most of your other advertising inserts into tobacco pouches had like a little sleeve. Well, polar bears didn't, so they received the tobacco staining, which is fantastic in my personal opinion. Sheen going to Angelo. Next hit we've got here is Zach Wheat. Wheat going to Yaron. SGC 2.5 here. Sweet cap back on this T205. Next big hit is the Cy Young, SGC 1.5. Sweet cap roll back on the Young. Cy Young, one of the big hits in the T205 set. Going to Fred Mistretta. Hey, and Fred snagged that from a free spot in the 62 break. So huge hit, Fred. Congrats. Adding a big pre-war Hall of Famer to your collection. All right. Now we do have a good number of T207s to look at here. So we'll kind of make this just a little bigger. That way you can see your names where I'm not necessarily showing them. And since we had so many T207s, a lot of these I kind of pulled to be nice mid-grade hits. So I had these listed as singles, so they've all still got their price tag on them. But Becker here, going to Douglas Meyer. Nice PSA 4 sample. Burt Daniels going to Mark Witkowski. PSA 4 again. Some gorgeous cards. Some of the T207s, I mean, can be fairly hit or miss. Some of them are just absolutely gorgeous. Some of them, you just don't know what was going on with the artist when he was creating them. But alas. O'Brien, PSA 4. Went to Brian Resnick. Oh, and all these T207s are recruit backs. A little less variation, just a few different back varieties in T207s, and these are all recruits. Derek, PSA 4.5. Claude Derek going to Joseph Cerullo. Linux for the Cubs. I like the Linux card a lot. Going to Joseph Cerullo. PSA 4 here. Konechki. It's one that's maybe not so good on the artwork. Going to James Hopp. Nice 4.5 example. Maybe not my favorite artwork here. Schult. PSA 4 going to Michael O'Leary. And that's one from that 62 Topps break tonight. So, as was James's above. So cool. Nice to see those popping in. Mullen going to Edwin Pastrana. It's without a D on his cap, in case you're wondering. Spratt. PSA 3.5 going to Yaron. There's Spratt. Lord is also a 3.5. Goes to Miles Wren. Hey, there's Hub Purdue. I like old Hub, partially because he spent some time at Nashville for the Nashville Vols Southern League team. This one's going to Steve Bauman. And as you all know, it's a little part of my PC. John Henry. Goes to Daniel Winterick. McLean. Going to Douglas Meyer. There you go, Doug. It's a PSA 4.5 on the McLean. PSA 3 here on McIntyre. Randy Jones. Neil Ball goes to Douglas Meyer. PSA 4 here on the ball. Patty Livingston. Livingston's a card that's got a few different variations. This one here is PSA 2 with his A with an A on the shirt. And then goes to Chris Gungy. Rebel Oaks. PSA 4. Going to J Hop. Yeah, Doug, tearing it up, man. All right, so that's half the hits on this one. Let me move this stack over, and then we'll dig into the next group. Just a few more T207s, and then we'll be into a variety of different sets. Higgins, PSA 3.5. Too fast there. Higgins going to Brian Smith. This spot came out of the 52 Bowman break. So 3.5 here. Then we've got Easterly. He goes to John Lavin. He's a PSA 2. Pretty solid card. Artwork and all. I like the Easterly. See if we can get a little focus in here. There he is. Hello. Terrence Turner, PSA 4, goes to Rich Anton. And Tex Covington, going to Dustin Norton. All right, I think we had 3 Cracker Jacks in this set. Hippo Vaughn here is a cool one. Cracker Jacks, just absolutely iconic set. Hippo Vaughn going to Jared Houston. There you go, Jared. Snagging that Vaughn. We got Howie Chemnitz going to Robert Morris. PSA 2 here on the Howie. A few strip cards as well. We got Casey Stengel from 1921. This is the W551. All these were hand cut. This one got a 2.5. Stengel going to Chris Gungy. A few more 551s, but here is Frank Baker going to Michael O'Leary. Frank Home Run Baker, SGC 3.5. Strip cards are fun. They're called strip cards because they were issued in strips. That's why they're all hand cut. Uh-oh, Ty Cobb, E121, SGC1, going to Jared Houston. Huge hit, Jared. Congrats on the Cobb, man. Nice snag. American Caramel. Lancaster and York, Pennsylvania. Fantastic hit. Cool, cool card. If y'all don't know, Jared doesn't know how to sign out of his wife's YouTube account, so Rachel in the chat is Jared. All right, SGC 4, Vernon Lefty Gomez, 1939 play balls, our next one. Oh, I guess I forgot to pull the 33 Gowdy Bolton. That's a really nice one. I think he's like a PSA 5, 5.5. That one goes to Garen. You see the free spot from social media giveaway. Uh, 33 Gowdy Heine Sand going to Sooner D22. All right, now the Lefty Gomez going to Joseph Stanton. Nice hit, Joseph. SGC4. Nice hit. Mel Ott goes to Gage Holland. SGC1 here on the Ott. Nice hit, Gage. Ott's a big time hitter. Nice low grade example here. Home Run Baker, 40 play ball. PSA 2 goes to Todd Casista. Yeah, if you've never dug in on your play ball backs, you've just got deep bio info, which is fun. Like little narrative. It's good stuff. Um, Superman advertisement here on this 40 play ball. You can see there at the bottom of the card. But Home Run Baker going to Todd Casista. Wayner, SGC 4.5 goes to Marty Wisbinski. I feel like I've said your name a few times tonight, Marty. Right, half a dozen or so left to look at here as we round this out. E103s, Williams Caramel Company. These cards are really tough. If you know, don't know much about it or don't care to learn much about it, feel free to reach out. These are tough cards, and I'm sure we can find somebody who's interested in them. But they're pretty cool hits. You don't see them every day. It's not a set you can go sit down and you know on an afternoon and buy them up off eBay and build a set. They just don't come up very often. So McQuillan here, SGC1, going to Joseph Cerullo. Um, we've got Ewing next, who's a little cleaner but trimmed. Going to Yaron. And the doing SGC1 goes to Mike Maringer. Well, actually, these are blank backs, by the way, so you can see some scrapbook damage on this one, but they are blank backs. Good stuff. E95, Ed Rulebach, SGC 2.5. Philadelphia Caramel Company. Trying to say that fast. For the Cubs here, the Rulebach goes to Brent Morrison. And got a few M116s as well. This is a PSA 5 Seymour. Going to Joseph Cerullo. Most of these are pretty nice. We'll look at Chase next as the last hit we'll look at. He's the lower grade example, but just gorgeous artwork on the M116s. Hal Chase uh, pastel portrait goes to Joe Mordini. So there you have it. Again, we'll get these lists sorted and posted up as soon as I wrap here. So look for a post on social media in the next 20-ish minutes, and then I'll send out an email as well so you can go see exactly which cards you hit in both the 62 and the pre-war mixer. And I'll work on getting these sorted and shipped out over the course of the next week. And next weekend, we've got 53 Bowman color and black and white, plus I'm going to throw in a football set. I haven't decided exactly which one, but I'm thinking 60 tops football. So 53 Bowman's a little smaller set, so the sorting shouldn't just totally crush me doing both those the same weekend. So look for that, and that's all I got for now. This is Burl.